Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
The first mention of open sepulchre takes us to Psalms 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Mention number 2 takes us to Jeremiah 5, verse 15 through 16. Lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far, O house of Israel, saith the Lord. It is a mighty nation, it is an ancient nation, a nation whose language thou knowest not, neither understandest what they say. Their quiver is an open sepulchre. They are all mighty men. And finally, the third mention takes us to Romans chapter 3, verse 13. Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of asp is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. So what exactly is a sepulchre? A sepulchre is, in other words, a grave or a tomb, and it is a place where the dead go. So in Psalms 5, verse 9, he says, their throat is an open sepulchre. Whereas in Jeremiah 5, verse 16, he says, their quiver is an open sepulchre. So their throat represents their quiver. So the throat is a quiver. So what is a quiver? So a quiver is basically just a container or a case used for carrying and holding arrows. Look at Lamentations 3, verse 12 through 15. He hath bent his bow and set me as a mark for the arrow. He hath caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day. He hath filled me with bitterness. He hath made me drunken with wormwood. So have you ever heard that saying, X marks the spot? Well, here we get the mark of the beast. He has set me as a mark for the arrow. And notice there in verse 15, he says, he hath filled me with bitterness. Romans 3:14 says, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Psalm 64, verse 2 through 4. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So you see there in verse 3 that these arrows are likened unto bitter words. Psalms 57 verse 4 says, my soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword. In James 3 verse 6 says that the tongue is set on fire of hell. This is why we are to have the shield of faith. Ephesians 6:16 says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. So you see that the wicked, they are shooting these fiery darts. Their throat or their quiver is full of these arrows and fiery darts, these bitter words that tongue and mouth is speaking. And they are cursed children still under the curse of the law. And they are still open sepulchres. This is why Titus 1:11 says, whose mouths must be stopped. And I'll leave you with this verse, Matthew 23:27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.